My biggest kids, Ryan, is Down syndrome, and I know that he's Down syndrome from like when my wife got pregnant, and we decide to keep him. I'm against abortion, and when we start like this journey of how I can take care of him, we did many tests and to know syndromic case, to know how we can start, how to live it. This is a big struggle, and for me, even as a doctor. When I start like studying, and even when I'm in the middle of a specialty in oncology, and start like something ring the bell like metabolic anti-aging. So for Down syndrome, I always say like what's the biggest struggle for me is it's an accelerating aging factor. I sit with many people in functional medicine to say like how this accelerating aging happen. Then I'll say like okay, it's metabolic anti-aging, so we can reverse age or I can stop this decline. So, and I went like studying like baby to understand more the functional medicine, and they know like exactly how to optimize. And especially for Ryan, like I start give him like omega-3. I didn't know omega-3 is for heart, like, but omega-3 is very important for brain.
Today, I think we're a lot more aware with nutrition and supplements, but still there's many people that are not taking omega-3.
Yeah.
Hi, Dr. Wesley. Thank you for joining us on Parenting Without the Manual. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for like this invitation, and it means a lot for me, and especially in what you're doing. I'm proud of what you're doing.
Thank you so much. So you are your background. You're a longevity doctor. So tell us just a little bit about what you do as a career and what you represent.
Yeah, look, I'm internal medicine consultant. I worked before in the field of oncology. And then when it came to Dubai and after COVID, I started functional medicine. And functional medicine slash regenerative medicine, it's how to go to the root and understand how your body work. And in the functional medicine world, which because for me functional medicine is not only a specialty, it's a revolution in medicine, and I will tell you why. One chapter of this functional medicine is longevity. It's like when you go to the functional doctor and to say, I don't have any symptoms, I don't have any disease, but I want to optimize my life. This is true longevity. But when you have symptoms, but you don't have disease, this is another functional medicine approach to go to the root of the symptoms.
Yes.
When you have symptoms and you have disease, this is another functional medicine approach to reverse the disease and understanding the roots, if we can reverse. So this is system, or how to work on the body system and functional medicine, what make longevity, because everybody wants longevity, but how to do it right, how to design it, this is longevity medicine. And this is what like Dubai, I think, designed for that.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm in the right place in the right time.
Amazing, I love that. But this was all inspired, you told me, by one of your sons. So you have 3 kids, right?
2 kids.
2 kids. Okay, so Harold, so
like 13-year-old and 12-year-old.
Okay, fantastic. So they're close together.
Yeah, so like 2 boys.
Okay, so tell me the story a little bit of like how this took you into your journey.
So yeah, like my biggest kids, Ryan, is Down syndrome, and I know that he's Down syndrome from like when my wife got pregnant, and I decide we decide to keep him, and I'm against abortion. And when we start like this journey of how I can take care of him, we did many tests and to know syndromic case, to know how we can start, how to live it. This is a big struggle, and for me, even as a doctor, when I start like studying, and even when I'm in the middle of a specialty in oncology, and start like something ring the bell like metabolic anti-aging. So for Down syndrome, I always say like what's the biggest struggle for me is it's an accelerating aging factor.
Right.
So which is then I sit with many people in functional medicine to say like how this accelerating aging happen. Then I'll say like okay, it's metabolic anti-aging, so we can reverse age or I can stop this decline. So and I went like like studying like baby. You know, when I start like know how between the conventional medicines, they didn't teach me how I can take care of my kid. This is now I started like I remember very well, and especially for Ryan, like I start give him like omega 3. I didn't know omega 3 is for heart, like, but omega 3 is very important for brain, and I think like wow, he's growing better just by giving him the high quality omega 3, because I know now DHA component is very good for brain development. Then I start optimize more and more. So this is something like really makes sense how I started, and even for Julius, I start like understand like how I want him to understand more the functional medicine, and they know like starting
For,
to
just for good
understand
health anyway.
exactly how to optimize.
But it's interesting because they call it essential fatty acids, yeah, and essential being or essential oil, essential fats, right? Essential being the key word, and people don't realize that it's essential. How? I mean, today I think we're a lot more aware with nutrition and supplements, but still, there's many people that are not taking omega 3. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
Look, there's very important factor. Essential, this mean your body cannot build it up.
yeah,
So there's essential fatty acids, essentials amino acids, but there is no essential carbs.
right, yeah,
So, and there is essential minerals.
yeah,
So your body need raw material and you
yes,
need the right conditions.
yeah,
So less inflammation, less oxidative stress, less stress hormone or cortisol, good insulin because and the balance. So when we start to give the body the right raw material, sometimes we give supplementation not because you have a deficiency, because we want to push the pathway in weak points.
yes,
So
to
when
improve it, to
exactly,
yes,
this is
yes,
why I'm not giving sometimes fatty acids because you have deficiency. I'm giving you to control inflammation
yeah.
because your body is prone to inflammation genetically.
Gotcha.
This is very important to understand how we map this. And this is when I learned functional medicine deeply with my mentors and started like really enjoying how to do health transformation. And this is like my journey with my kids. Now I have something called program called Longevitine. It's a longevity program starting 12-year-old that took into consideration brain growth, gut, genetics, microbiome, essentials, mitochondria, everything. And
I love this because we learn so much later on in life that if we had it younger in life, it could help. And I think, to be able to bring it into kids, and some people are scared of doing this in everything, by the way, not just the health stuff. But I want to ask you, you knew from a young age or from before he was born that your son was Down syndrome and this got you into this path. So I want to ask you, did this affect how you managed your kids as you was raising both of them? Obviously they're similar age, yeah. Ryan is the older one or the younger
the
one?
old one.
Okay, so he came before Julius, right? So
Yeah.
so then did this work on how things you did with them for mobility, for brain stimulation, for health and nutrition? Did this change the course of how you manage things?
Yeah, so because when they start growing and Julius feel like he's the older one, and this can make some struggle psychologically. So because brothers follow each other, so like he want to understand like my brother is different, and sometimes he see the bullying or listen to this bullying, like what's going on, because kids don't understand this, but started to struggle. Like, can you imagine like you have kids or someone in your class and the Down syndrome? So how you approach this is feel like it's a syndromic case. They don't know this.
They
It's
don't
an
understand
extra.
what it means. It's just
Yeah, it's an
different to them.
extra chromosome, and I start to explain for Julius. And this is an extra chromosome. I want to teach him what does it mean chromosome. So it's something why your brother is different. He's healthy, he's nice, he's healthy Down syndrome, but like, so you want to understand like why he's different, and now you want to take care of him. And when the journey of health started, like now they're taking their shake in the morning, smoothie, they're like taking their supplement, how they want to sleep. It started like a different. He saw like how the improvement of Ryan like go into like the right directions, and he want to be like especially when hormones start like grow, the he understands. So, and both, like, they have their egos to understand, like, we are brothers, so we're different. But yes, there is a big challenge on us as parents to teach him and to teach, like, Julius, because Ryan, I don't think like he's really understand his condition, but he feel like, I'm proud of myself. I can feel it, so I'm proud of
Amazing.
myself. And they are now in Canada, and Canada help him a lot. It's very inclusive, and Dubai as well. But in Canada, the inclusive system is way advanced than any part of the world, especially for Ryan.
Really, yeah. And so, as you manage this, because I would imagine, and look, look, my son is 9, and I had an instance a few weeks ago where I experienced that maybe he was going through some bullying, and like not exactly, but like just to understand. And I've been also been with him, by the way, when he was even younger, and he was next to someone who was Down syndrome, and he's asked me, "Daddy, why is this kid different?" Because they just don't understand. So I imagine there's a number of things going on between Ryan and Julius, both internally as brothers, but then in the school of how they're both treated, and maybe an obligation from Julius to think maybe in some way that he needs to protect Ryan. I don't know. I want to ask you, and then so I'm asking you a number of different things here, but then and also how you plan for them to manage these energies and these experiences. Yeah, if you um, preempt and you talk to them in advance, to Julius if this happens, or Ryan if this happens, and then how you want to set Ryan up as he grows older as well. Like how you expect him, what to do and how you're going to gear him up to
Yeah,
succeed. They've been the best chance.
I think this is the biggest challenge. Like, you want to put him on like on track of like the future is for respecting a human being. And when I was like 9 year old, I saw like the same. This is my personal experience. A Down syndrome for someone like for friends of my father. So, and I feel like I'm at like different species. You know,
And kids have no filter, so they
yeah,
just
for
say what
me,
they think.
like
They don't.
I remember very well, like that night, I feel like, who's this? Like, is Down syndrome? And my mom told me, don't be afraid. Like, they have good emotions. I remember very well. This is my experience. Can you imagine? Like, this is for someone live this struggle every day. So this is why I respect Julius' conditions and trying to prepare him at the level you want to be. You want to help your brother. So, for example, he's like very good in piano, and like I always say, like, you need a classic music for your brother because it's very good for brain connectivity, and this can help. So he told me, like, yeah, I have very good song for Chopin, or there's music this is very good for brain. So I want to treat my brother by music. So wow, this is very important for 11 or 12-year old speaking this language, and about brain neuroplasticity for his brother, and this how this can help. So this is a very big challenge, and maybe it's gonna be in the future, in the teenage, in the relationship, and like how they communicate with girls, and especially the teenage will not gonna be easy. It already started, and me and my wife were trying to be ready at this level to put them to understand life, especially when there's struggle in this world, when there is like you want to push and to give them high value of the family, because without this value everything's is allowed. And and this value of family and brothers, it's very the most important and expensive things that should think about from day one, especially when they're struggling with in life. And in school, it started with school, with bullying, but yeah, we bullying is everywhere, even on social media. And yes, this is the biggest challenge in life today.
So how they handle it with their like resilience and grit, you want to teach them now. Is that what you're saying? How to manage the emotions and the resilience of
Exactly.
yes, yeah. Again, this is what I think these are skills that need to be taught. I think that we talk about even in schools, and I think that in schools, it's a very old system, much like the medical system. It's teaching things that are just, life has moved on and things are very different now. There's much more available information that can help. You know, like we're talking about Dubai is the best place because it's innovative. It like picks up on things. Like for example, now is the year of the family, and they are banning soda drinks and fizzy drinks from school. You know this,
Yeah.
right? And these initiatives for many years, countries could have done this, but this is where Dubai, I think, is more innovative. And I think that definitely, I think things like resilience, grit, like again, go back to my son, he would get in trouble for talking in class because they can't manage him. They find it difficult sometimes, the teachers. He's like, in a way, disruptive because they want everyone to come and sit like this. But this is not the world we live in. If someone sits like this in life today, they're finished. Today, you have to have some level of interaction, drive, whatever, energy. This is what it is. It's not just sit in silence and do nothing and be told what to do. This is like this is an education for people maybe they're going to go to work in the mines, like, and just don't speak, just do this. Not today. We're in an attention economy, number one, but. I think again, and again, having this resilience and having grit and having time management, determination, focus, understanding your emotions, processing emotions, communication, understanding even finances, not from just having money, but like just understanding how the world works and how to manage things and how to offer value and all these kind of things. I think that. What I see when you tell me your story, so Julius is the younger one, and Ryan is the one who's Down syndrome, correct? He's the older one, yeah. When you tell me what Julius and how he's thinking, what I'm hearing underneath this is a child that understands there's a problem, there's a solution that can be classical music can help this problem. How can I do this thing that? And this already is a business, if you understand what I mean. It's understanding there's a problem somewhere, I can find a solution. I can get good and provide that solution. Exactly. Do you understand? And this is an underlying of maybe somewhere in time he's going to see something in another place and see, okay, there's an issue. This is the solution and how I can do that.
Definitely. So he trying like to think in a business mindset because I want to find a solution.
Yes.
And this solution is not gonna be something like a product. There is no medication.
Yeah.
Your journey, the journey is a product.
Mm-hmm.
The journey is a solution. And now we should have like long journey. This is what I'm trying to do it in my practice. There's no like magic product, magic peptides, something like can change your life. This is not existed in your body. Mm. Your body has rules, and once you starting understanding the rules and work with these rules, you can make the change. So let's say you have like brain development or growth or okay, there's a lot of things you can use in medication. Peptides, a lot of peptides, growth hormone using for growth, or peptides like dihexa for increasing brain connectivity and neuroplasticity. Now, sometimes we use it for autistic kids, but this is not the rules. Go to gut-brain axis first. Let's go to the sleep, stress balance. Let's go some raw material. Just start with this basic. Then try to push by using other products. This is something like very important for me as a functional doctor for even like how they live the journey, my kids and myself and my wife. So because the family should be healthy. We cannot have like one healthy kids and your mom is not healthy. It's not impossible in functional medicine. This is why I told you functional medicine is not medicine, it's a revolution that can change the healthcare system on earth. On earth. And as a doctor, I want to put the rules because, not only, as you mentioned, like the business behind this, the journey is the solution. And in the journey, there is a lot of support. And this support is another business. But without this mindset, we're gonna we're not gonna win.
So you see, it's interesting because I think the mindset is first. This is getting, and this is something that we're working on as well a lot within Elysian Minds. Is to help the kids at a young age develop this mindset of doing certain things the right way.
Yeah, this is very important because now we're fighting screen addictions. So once you start, look, my mentor told me like always ask about something very important when you work for a kid. So he told me like when I can start working in wellness and longevity for like which starting age, let's say. He told me like 3 years old. 3 years old, we can start longevity programs.
Wow.
So when I say longevity and starting 12-year-old, because I want the kids to listen, to understand. So if I say training, they know.
But the parents need to be a big part of it. If
Exactly.
he's going to be 3 years old, for
At
sure.
the end of the day, who's going to invest?
Yeah.
Who's going to buy this product? Who's going to follow the commitment? You need someone believer in that journey. But like, can you imagine scanning food addictions? Ask about food addictions because gluten is like morphine in your brain, and sugar is like cocaine. It's like percentage that stimulate the same receptors. So and under certain stress, you know, screen is can trigger what we can call the dopamine pathway, which is very important to the whole, let's say, addiction pathway. So we have a journey of addictions for our kids and for us because we start screen exposure when I am like 20-year-old. I start this exposure. I'm studying. I'm sitting even on social media. We start late, but can you imagine now? Everybody like start social media. They're not allowed before 16-year-old in Australia. They have a law
Yes.
for kids to open account. So this is mean why? This is because the addictions, the dopamine pathway is used and destroy this brain connection because it's fake dopamine. It's like when you have like electricity, you have light. Okay, this is good energy. But can you imagine there is a lot of uh, uh, there is a lot of fake energy in this pathway of light, or
So I want to ask you because there's a lot you're saying here. So let me ask you, what's your take on the screen? Because like, what do you do with your kids? Do you manage time? Do you ban screens altogether? How do you manage it?
Yeah, so starting with like parental control, then I think this not gonna work. The problem with gaming then is very important because the gaming start to collecting points to build this dopamine. So I don't want to lose. I want to have more, and this dopamine pathway is growing and growing because it wants to stay. So okay, you have 1 hour. And when you stop this 1 hour, he feel frustrated. So how I can stop it? Because I want five more minutes. So they are always you need this 5 more minutes. This 5 more minute mean addictions, addiction loop in your brain. Because I need more points or I want to win. So you enjoy 1 hour. So why you want this 5 more minutes? Because
So here's what I'm going to say to you. I think that the reality is we're in a different world. The same way today, like now, we have cars. So it's more healthier to walk, for example. But now we have cars, we're driving everywhere. Do you understand, right? Like the world has changed. Screens are everywhere. And like you said, they're starting out, and iPads and this are everywhere. So I think screens are never going to go like cars are not going to go. Life is never going to go backwards from where it is today. The screen is here to stay. The reality is it's causing fake dopamine, okay? I think that the problem is, and this goes back even to some spiritual education, but the bottom line is the game of the points to these guys that are doing the games, they understand how to hook the kids more than the people that want to teach the good stuff. Let's say the schools. So you have somewhere here which is nearly brain dumbing and also keeping them just quiet and spoken at, and it's not engaging. Yeah. And when they finish here, they're desperate to go here. And I think that both systems need to change. We need to understand that it's not just about screen time for the dopamine and the points to kill them. It's how do we give them good stuff in this 1 or 2 hours? So I think that there should be a limit on screen time, but it should be good screen time versus bad screen time. And it also becomes a parenting issue, right? Does your wife work as well or not?
Yes.
Yeah. So what happens is as well, and this has been my experience in parenting. When I first was becoming a parent, I said, we're not gonna have screen time. We're not gonna do this. My kid's not gonna. I'm gonna homeschool. I'm gonna do this. And the reality of the world when it came is that didn't happen for me. What happened was, I mean, I personally divorced, but sometimes even with my son, I can work or I'm busy, I have to do stuff. And we've allowed him to go on the screen to just keep quiet because if we can put YouTube on, it gives us some time as a parent to just switch off. And even though as much as I hate to do it, we find ourselves in a position to sometimes have to do it. So for me, screen time is here, but it's how do we make it good screen time versus bad screen time. So I'm curious to know what you think.
So yeah, good screen time. You want to sit with him maybe on the screen. The problem is like you don't want to. Let's say I want to play chess on
Yes.
screen. This is good time, but when you
Yes.
have a lot of stimulants like Minecraft games
Yes.
or the other games,
Roblox.
Roblox.
Yeah.
So they say want like sometimes even Google, even the YouTube ads.
Yes.
It's something very risky
Yeah,
because they
totally.
want to at the end of the day it's advertising.
Yes.
Advertising even how they can put the sexuality
Yes.
okay inside this ads. So in that case, you want to protect your kid. So say like no, and he feel like you put him in a very
Like a block.
pressure.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy my screen time.
Yes.
So in that case, you want to educate. You don't have time. You should like limit the exposure. You should like try to control time as much as you can. Try to withdraw the screen in different activities.
Yes.
So like, let's do something. Don't stop. Let's do something else.
Yes.
Very important how to say like,
Yes.
okay, iPad time is stopped. So
Yes.
let's do another game.
Yes,
So you
yes,
want to
yes.
shift the dopamine
Yes.
into more interaction
Yes,
because
yes,
he
yes.
is living in different world. So in that case, like when you understand the biology behind what's going on in this interaction with the screen, especially in gaming and a lot of stimulus, this is what put our brain development system. It's rotten brain.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is mean your electrical system is destroyed. It's not something like building connectivity.
Yes.
Neuroplasticity need active involvement, not passive. When you watch a movie,
Yes.
it's a passive interaction. It's a passive interaction. So I'm watching, yeah, it's like nice, okay. It's a movie, so I'm just like watching and in silent interactions. But in active interactions, it's your brain grow.
Stimulating the brain,
And if this active interaction is positive, it's educating, it puts you on like a mindset of I'm learning something, not I'm enjoying and I'm learning at the same time. This is the game changer.
Yes.
So when you learn, your body reach a point like, okay, I'm saturated enough. When you like listen to a podcast, you say like, I want to take a break because I'm learning a lot. So I'm saturated. When you learn and enjoy, because brain grow and learn by fun.
Yes.
So learn by fun. So it's not only fun
Yes.
without learning. We should mix these two components together.
Yes.
The problem, the advertisement, when you go, it's fun, it's against learning. No, we should brain learn by fun.
Yes.
And neuroplasticity need this biology
Yes.
to go in the right
And this, I
direction.
think, the schools haven't yet found that way to deliver that way.
Yeah, because discipline is not fun.
Yes.
Because discipline is not fun, and you cannot run a school without discipline.
Yes,
So what to do?
yeah.
And your screen, because they give you the iPad, and this is a big problem in Dubai. They give you iPad at like at age 6-year-old, and they download the games and sharing gaming. So this is what happened. Like, okay, those kids are like the high tech people starting like they're not studying. They don't know how to use the books, or they're not exposed to the real books. This is a problem in the future, in my opinion. So they should be exposed to like writing journey
Yes.
or comment on something.
Yeah.
They should interact with the screen not by game, by discipline.
Yeah.
And this is something like in the healthcare, the school system, they should focus on that. Brain learn by fun, and the screen is part of it
I mean,
in a
I
very
think
wise way.
they're starting to, but they're a bit behind. So I want to ask you, right? Because the reason it's called parenting without the manual, because none of us know what to expect when we become parents, right? It's one of the biggest blessings
Yeah.
in the world. And so you had two kids very close, and the first one, Down syndrome. You must have had some challenges as this all happened. I want to understand what are like some rules you and your wife use to navigate through the challenges to find the good solutions. For the challenges that come. Do you have like a setup with your wife? For sure, you must have dealt with many things in the first few years.
Yeah, so the rules is like when we should create a routine, building a routine,
Yes.
back to the power of habits.
Yes.
So the habits, what's built like the loop of neuroplasticity, and this is what like, your kids start to follow. This is a routine. This is mean a value. Value is related to principle. So I started to work like what's food, for example, how we connect with the food, how like weekends barbecue is like something I love. Barbecue, I'm a barbecue man, so I try like to, so yeah, come and help father with your barbecue, because this is family
Yes, I love that. Yeah.
yeah, this is something like I want. So morning routine, sleeping routine, stories I have. Like for Julius, I put all my effort to create stories to educate him about uh, his mission in what I want to, how I believe for him to be.
Yes.
So this is because look, think about it. Religion, believing in God, started with stories.
Yes.
So and everything's like against values in life start with stories as well.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as you put valued in stories, and when he feel and believe the stories are real, especially in sleeping time, when your subconscious started to like imagine, and creating this vivid
Mm-hmm.
imagination between conscious and subconscious. This is very important time investment in with I did it a lot with Julius. Ryan, he wants like song. So
Mm-hmm.
because he is emotion, he
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
he don't want story. He don't want to listen to stories. He want like emotion songs. Just
Mm-hmm.
So this between like two brother, one they want the emotion and the other want the ideas and the stories
Mm-hmm.
about his like the heroes. So this is what the challenge between the emotion and brain and mind, and at the same time the emotional system, so connected.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I lived the journey, and I'm living this, despite distance for a while. They will come back next year when they finish from Canada. So in that case, I'm trying to put everything for the value of the family.
I love that. I think it's so great to create these experiences where not only they can participate in the work of the barbecue, but the understanding of coming together and to do this even in a young age is really nice. I think it's a good thing to have in these habits. I mean, again, one of the things we focus on, I think I spoke to you about it at the beginning, was of camera, was the exercise, the breath work, and like the
Yeah.
meditation and prayer. Yeah, because these three pillars have helped me in life, and I just think that if we can teach it to kids at an early age,
Yeah.
it's very powerful.
Look, exercise for girls and boys, but for my experience with boys, they need to fight.
Mm,
Like yeah, for Julius, I put him in taekwondo class,
mm,
and exercising to feel like the energy. Ryan, he want like swimming,
mm-hmm.
trying to do maybe sometimes a fight with them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is something, and there's many studies like fighting with boys, especially like 11, 12-year old, when they start feeling the power of testosterone, and they're like, they feel like, hey, I'm strong, I want to fight with my father. So definitely like trying to hide adrenaline
Mm,
and dopamine, like feel like, wow, they feel this high mode with the family game. Then they will go into relaxation, breathing, or meditation, trying to meditate. I know this, just trying, it's very difficult to calm their mind, but definitely there are it's gonna make a difference maybe in the future to know how
To
to
keep
breathe,
practicing.
or
Yeah.
you know, or how to relax really before sleeping. uh, yeah, definitely. This we always try, but this try and error for kids, this is how they start learning, because you know, brain, brain is like the biggest mystery in life, and when you start understanding brain, in my perspective as a functional doctor, and how they really, not only in term of biology, in term of even let's say not spirituality, is like, you know how mind and body and soul like so connected. When you start put this positivity and this mindset and how they live it in the value of love of the family, this is what starting like, or make immune system, their like say psychological immunity in growth. And this is what we can not only, I don't want to say fight, we can make this strong resilience in this life. And because we're moving very fast and in a way that nobody can imagine. So
Mm.
once turned uh, uh, to educate wise in a very fast economy, very fast life.
Life.
We're living in very fast way. I don't, I can't imagine in 2 years how kids can change, and how now we're speaking Bitcoin. You know, when your kids like, I want the Bitcoin. So
Yeah,
what do you
yeah.
know about Bitcoin? I can grow. I want to code a game that can make money. You are a doctor. I can make more money than you. This is, he told me that, like that one day. So how you can make money? I want like a Roblox. I can do some game, and you know, it make me, okay. Give me this the chance to do this. I don't, okay. We don't want money. I want to grow in a very like good way.
Yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah.
know, they think like money is, so because I'm working for money, so let's make money in
Yeah.
easier way. YouTube channel, coding a game.
This is the
They're
world.
starting
This is
thinking
this,
like that.
and school isn't ready to teach them this. This is why they need
Exactly.
other opportunities. Listen, if it's 12 and 13, that can nurture and water this to help it grow. We need to come towards the end, but I want to ask you, um, what's the main? If there was one key thing that you would like to focus on with your kids now to help them the most? Maybe we've touched on it, maybe not. Now they're both similar age. What's the real most important thing that as they start to come towards the teenage and adulthood, you know, as they go on this journey, what's the most important thing that you want to teach them or share with them or help guide them towards? What's the most important thing for you?
So for me, start to believing in God
Really,
and
yeah.
praying.
Yeah.
Not because we look, I'm a mixed marriage, so I'm a Christian. My wife is Muslim, so
Yeah.
it's not about just praying for like follow certain religion. This is one of
Yes.
the biggest challenge as for us as well. So for me, okay, God is like this power that run this the system on in
Yeah.
the whole
Universe.
solar system, and
Yeah.
maybe and everything in this universe. So you want to when start believing in spirituality
Yes.
and start connecting these values into like big power. I think this is the most important part for me in the future, especially that our marriage is above, it's not above, it's crossing religions.
Yes.
So yeah, this is can help them
Yeah.
to, especially Julius, to go into really deeply in what does it mean human being
Yes.
in
Yeah.
term of human. So
Yes.
human is not only someone growing, enjoying, and eating, and you know, it's way deep than this. And once you start like know the life in that lenses, you can know like how to and to communicate in this social life without this connectivity to the value, and this value how this connected to higher power, we cannot function in a society.
I love that. You know, like in my experience in life, I've had many ups and downs, and I think what you've said is actually really profound. Um, I've had many ups and downs, and spirituality, I like you, by the way, I believe in a God. Not, it doesn't matter what religion, it's more the spiritual essence of being connected. And I even feel that there's like a lot of like self-worth, self-love that's connected to the spirituality as well. um, and I think that it's funny enough that I became more spiritual in my lowest moments, but I also think it takes me to an amplified way in my highest moments. And I think that when you can align in this spirituality, everything is better. Like you're at peace all the time. I think everything is good.
Look, what the biggest difference today, and always say to all the mental health patients in my programs, like, because speaking like mental health and fibromyalgia case or depressed, so we need like to I will work with the body mapping, genetic, microbiome, mitochondria, you name this word of functional medicine word. But the other part is two layers. One is the spirituality, how you can down yourself, how much you are connected, and third, which is like I think this is a bridge between these two, the traumas, childhood trauma. So when you start understanding this connections between body traumas, the childhood trauma and subconscious, and the spirituality, this is can put your health a different level. And even if you have a spiritual life and you're not resolving your traumas, you're understanding this subconscious way of why you have this stress hormone all the time, without understanding this layer of why I'm behaving like this, because this is driven by your subconscious stress, and your body as well, because it's different stressors. Gut infection is a stress, or heavy metals in your brain is a stress as well, and childhood trauma is a stress.
Yeah.
So how many stressors I'm living in uh, in one moment. So
Yes.
and this is your responsibility. Nobody will gonna help you. This is your responsibility, and you should understand this formula. And as I'm a doctor, I'm designing a strategy for healing, or let's say for health transformations, more than healing. Healing, like, I don't want to take it like the spiritual part only. Health transformation.
I like health
I
transformation.
include trauma, childhood traumas,
As something to
healing. So
address. Yeah,
this is very important to reset the nervous system,
yeah.
because our nervous system is disrupted.
I love it. Dr. Wajdi, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. I've really, really enjoyed our
Thank you, Dan.
conversation.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Emma.